Hi, I'm Latrina with Plant Food Rocks, where we promote the benefits of a plant-based diet because research shows that plant food reduces the onset of cancer and kills sickness. That's why plant food rocks. Today, I'm joining you from my kitchen because I want to share something with you that is going to be really important for you if you are someone who is interested in either transitioning into a vegan or plant-based diet or going full-blown vegan or whatever it is. The number one key to your success is going to be what you eat and planning those meals and being very intentional about what you eat. So today I just decided that since I just got in from the grocery store trying to prepare my meals and going to make more changes in my life, I thought I would take this opportunity to show you some of the things that I bought and some things that I'm thinking about as I'm buying these foods. Recently I started looking at some articles and some things that I've written in the past. I mean, literally years ago, I did this interview with this Dr. Sebi, who was very, very renowned in the space of food for healing and using food and herbs in particular for healing disease and curing disease and cancers and things like that. And I just remember some of the things that we talked about foods that he ate and alkaline foods and things like that to heal his own body. And I started just going back to that because it reminded me that really before I even thought about entering this space of plant-based food and diets and things like that, years and years and years ago, I was introduced to this concept before it even really got deep into my spirit. So I thought, let me look back at some of that stuff. And it just reminded me of some of the things that I really believe in about food and food being our medicine. So just showing you some of the things I bought today. Some of it is about trying to lean more into more alkaline foods and things like that. But a lot of it is into trying to get more protein into my diet, especially because I've been doing a lot of strength training, trying to get more muscle to help me lose fat and things like that you have to think about once you get over the age of 50, over the age of 40 too. So along the lines of protein, on the protein side, I really got some yogurt. I usually don't buy a lot of yogurt, especially plant-based yogurt, because it usually has a lot of sugar in it, and a lot of them don't have the probiotics and things like that that make yogurt good for you with your gut health. And this is a brand that I absolutely love, and I haven't seen it in a very long time. It's called Kite Hill. And the reason why I got this is because this actually has 17 grams of protein and 0 grams of sugar. And this is their Greek style version. It's rare to find a vegan-based, dairy-free protein that has the probiotics and doesn't have a lot of sugar. So this one has, like I said, no sugar, and it has like 17 grams of protein. So this one is a really good brand, and I wanted to do that and incorporate that. So I bought 2 of those. But one of the little tricks that I learned also from a book with Dr. Furman, when he talks a lot about, some of the basics to have when you're doing when you're going plant-based and for the health benefits and the nutrition benefits of it, he calls it the G bombs. And he said, if you have these things into your diet every single day, then you are really improving your overall health and using nutrition in the right way for the benefits that come from really a nutrient-dense diet. But he calls it G bombs in his book. And that stands for greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds, and very specific types of seeds. And I won't get into all of that, but I'm always kind of like scanning my head when I'm preparing my meals, like, do I have my G bombs? And so I do. But so for my greens, I have, this is a mix of spinach and spring mix. I love any type of greens. I could do a lot with this. I put those in my smoothies and I make salads with those. I got some walnuts here. I have actually some long grain wild rice. This is more of a gourmet blend of that for occasional times when I want some rice. I definitely have my berries. I absolutely love blueberries. Blueberries are so nutritious, nutrient dense, antioxidants, anti-inflammatories, a lot of vitamin C. So it's just a really, really great berry of choice, and you can add it to, I use it a lot. I go through this bag pretty quickly. It lasts me a couple of weeks, but I use it a lot. If I'm having some rolled oats in the morning, I'll use my blueberries to top that with. And I mostly use it for smoothies that I make, protein smoothies. I do tend to make a lot of protein smoothies with 20 grams or more, but I always get the brand with less sugar for my protein shakes after my workouts. Those are really a great, easy way for me to have something that's minimally processed as a part of my diet. And I have some tomatoes. And I really bought a lot of canned garbanzo beans, otherwise known as chickpeas. I was in a particular grocery store that they didn't have any bags of chickpeas. Chickpeas, garbanzo beans is what they're calling them in the bags. They didn't have a whole lot of those. They didn't have any of them. So what I decided to do was to get them in the can because I found some really good recipes to make chickpea burgers. And so I'll share those with you as I experiment a little bit with those. But so I bought several cans of these to go into that particular recipe. And alongside that, I think it's in another bag, I also bought some, hold on, I'm just gonna tell you. I also bought some chickpea flour. So one of the recipes that I found for a lot of the things that I wanna make, including chickpea burgers, but also making my own pita bread. And it talks about chickpea flour. So I'm gonna be experimenting with this a lot. Another thing that I bought is some grapeseed oil. And so that's something that I'll be able to use. I have a bad habit of using olive oil for a lot of things, and olive oil is really not for high heat cooking, but it's such a habit that I use it a lot. But I'm gonna be trying out grapeseed oil. That's something that's been recommended more. So part of our G-bombs, greens, beans, onions. I have onions already here. Mushrooms. I absolutely love portobello mushrooms. I like to slice them up and saute them, but I'm also going to do this because I found some really good recipes for like a mushroom burger. I saw something that was like a mushroom, looked like a piece of bacon, but it was made out of portobello mushroom. So I'm interested in trying a few of those recipes. I'll let you know how that works out. And those are just the highlights of some of the things that I bought today. You know, some other lettuce and things like that, some more greens to help me make salads. But I say all that to say it's so important to be mindful of what it is that you're eating. I hope some of these tips will help you as you begin to like transition into a plant-based diet. But just remember, nutrition is important. Be intentional about what you're eating. Make sure the things that you're eating are very minimally processed if possible. Avoid a lot of those processed foods because they really don't really help, and they have more damage to your body than they help you just to transition from meat and animal protein to a plant-based protein. So I want to be able to help you make the adjustment in the best way possible for you to get the best health benefits that you can absolutely get. That's really my goal. So just remember your G-bombs: greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds. So some of the seeds I already have here. I didn't mention that, but like hemp seeds, chia seeds, things like that you can sprinkle into oatmeal or a salad or a smoothie. But those are some really great nutritional seeds. So I hope you found this helpful and useful to you, and I will be checking in as I try out some of these wonderful recipes that I've stumbled upon. I look forward to sharing with you. So talk to you soon. Bye.